Hello, and welcome to our program today, where we will highlight the Rose Andom Center of Denver, Colorado. This is an organization that is making a difference for women and families impacted by domestic violence and abuse. It's a story of power and success and leadership. My name is Carol Hayskamp, and I am a member of the Healthcare Businesswomen Association's Affinity group, Women Give Back.
Huge, because that is like a very traumatic thing to have to keep reliving that story over and over and over, and it's hard. So to know that there was somebody willing to do that for you and to be that voice was like, just to know there's somebody on your side, like at a time where you feel like so alone, and to know that there's this stranger that's going to stay by you and help you and wants to help your children, really revived my faith in humanity. So that was awesome. And after I'd shared all that, you're like, hey, well, in my case with the license plates had been taken off my car, didn't have insurance, so to drive around was terrifying. I'm glad that there was a safe place that I could come and do it all. Like, it really does feel like you have this like little support group of all these like strangers, these little warrior women that are just like fighting for your right to, like, you know, live in a peaceful, happy home that's free of violence and abuse.
I know that God didn't help me accomplish what I did to just keep it all for myself. And we all know that we can't take it with us.
Absolutely.
So I worked with the city of Denver, the mayor, the district attorney, and many others. You know, 10 years ago or so, I just felt that it was the right time to do it. He asked me what I was passionate about when I told him that I wanted to do something to give back to the community. And the first thing I said was, I'd like to help those being abused, put together an action plan and accomplish it. You know, I personally feel that most individuals can accomplish whatever they want to in this life.
You have accomplished and what you did with your accomplishments. So, but yes, no, we just are very, very grateful and very impressed. And with that, I'd like to actually turn over now to Margaret and ask her, as the executive director of the center, how has this experience differed for the survivors of domestic violence since the Rose Andom Center opened, and with all the groups that you partner with? So.
Sure. Well, thank you, Carol. And thank you, Rose. I mean, I just, one of the greatest parts of this journey for me has been that I have gotten to meet and work with great women like Rose, who I am always inspired by, and get help and to learn about what's available. So, you know, there may be times when we have somebody walk in the door feeling like, you know, they may come in saying, I need help with a protection order. And so we'll certainly get them connected with that help. But during their time here, they also find out, you know, we also have a medical clinic, and do they have healthcare needs either for themselves or their children?
Did a phenomenal job moderating. Before we completely wrap, I thought I would just ask, knowing, you know, for Margaret and for Rose, there's two audiences that are going to watch this recording. One is an audience of women leaders in healthcare, in the business of healthcare. And the other audience is that women deliver, you know, those who are really advocating for gender equality. Any last, I'll say maybe somewhat brief, words of wisdom for either of those audiences, both of those audiences? Any last words that you'd like to share that could be meaningful for the audience watching this?
Oh, I thank all the work for the folks in the audience and knowing more about how to help.
Great. Thank you, Margaret. Appreciate that. Rose, any last words of wisdom or thoughts to share?
Well, I tell you, gender equality is something that we definitely need to continue fighting for.